Hello, Jenny Hall here for Trinity Stamps. Today I'm sharing a card with rainbows and hearts. I'm stamping with Love and Happy Thoughts stamp set, the Cloudy Day A2 card seam builder die, and the rainbow die set. I'm choosing a color palette that has soft spring colors instead of the bold primary colors. I've already pre-cut the cardstock with the first part of the rainbow builder die, and I'm going to adhere the individual colors to the foundation or part 2 of the rainbow builder die. This is really great that there is a foundation to the rainbow because otherwise I would probably adhere this down to a piece of scrap cardstock and then I would fussy cut it, but the work's already done, so it works out just like a dream. Once all of the pieces are adhered, then I'm giving a light coat of the Spectrum Noir sparkle pen, and it gives the rainbow just a nice bit of sparkle. And I'm trimming the ends because I didn't get the rainbows completely lined up on the foundation. For the card front, I have pre-die cut 3 of the Cloudy Day A2 card scene builder, and I'm adhering them together with liquid glue. This is going to give me a little bit of a heavier foundation on the card front. Taking one of those negative spaces from the Cloudy Day die cut, then I know this is going to work perfectly for me to pop that back in place. No problems at all. I'm going to stamp with VersaFine Clair Nocturne ink, but this was a mistake. I wasn't sure that I was going to do any Copic coloring. I just hadn't made up my mind at this point. However, since I did choose to add some coloring, I should have stamped with Memento ink, which is a dye ink and works well with alcohol markers. I kept my coloring very simple with the Distress Oxide around the edges using a Trinity Stamps Blending Buddy brush. This brush is really cool because it has a pointed head and it works really nice for getting down into all of the small areas with the ink blending. Now I'm adding those Copic markers and trying very hard not to touch the stamped lines. If I had thought there was even a chance of me using Copics on this, I would have used Memento, but I wanted to make the best of the situation and at least try. What happens is the alcohol marker will smudge that black ink, so be careful when you're choosing what to stamp with. I grabbed one of my gel pens from Sakura. This is just a regular pink jelly pen that I picked up at the craft store. And it has a bit of sparkle, but it also has a glaze to it. I believe it might be a glaze pen. I tried to look it up online, and I didn't find anywhere online. But if you go to your craft store, you might be able to find one. And then I'm coming back over this with some more of that sparkle pen, not using a Copic marker over those areas of the banner because I knew for sure it would smudge. Now I'm going to adhere that frame to the front of my card, and then I'm going to add more liquid glue directly to the card base because I'm going to pop that negative space back in. I know that the love word is still wet, so I'm very careful not to push it around and smudge all this coloring. There's a lot of wet stuff happening on the front of the card. I trimmed down one side of the rainbow so that it would fit behind the cloud on the right side of the frame, and it just looks like that rainbow belongs there. It's the perfect size for that die. I want to add some sparkles with the Jellyfish Jewels Rhinestone mix. These are from Trinity Stamps, and I'm using the Marvy Jewel Picker to pick them up, which works perfectly. These jewels are in like a cone shape, but they have a flat top, and they're not going to poke through the envelope whenever the project is mailed. Really easy. Thank you so much for joining us today, and you can involve yourself more with Trinity Stamps at our Facebook group and on Instagram.